Yeah, I do coaching. I do VOD reviews, yeah. Main clan stop playing them. Yeah, I feel that. Like we have like a month left until preseason patch. But there's not too many item changes for Kled. Like a couple differences. I personally don't go Ignite. I just feel like it's not worth it on Kled. I just don't, actually, it's not even just Kled. I just think Ignite is not good. I'm just an Ignite hater. The only times I might go Ignite is mid lane, but I feel like you're always better off with another summoner. That's just my opinion. If you're playing correctly, you will have the damage to kill when you go in. Ignite is adding such a low amount of damage and it falls off so hard. Like, I would rather have Ghost or Exhaust or Cleanse or TP every time over Ignite. Ignite instantly falls off. Like, 5, 6, 7 minutes in the game, Ignite's already doing nothing. And the Grievous Wounds on it are worthless because Grievous Wounds have been nerfed so much, and you already have Grievous Wounds anyway, as Kled. The same that Ignite gives you. I just don't go Ignite. If you want to go Ignite, it's not like I'm going to tell you to not run it. It's just not something I would run. It's just so can degrade you. I'm not going to flame anybody I VOD review. And mainly when I VOD review, it's like it's probably the main thing for people, like when they're having trouble climbing or winning, is like they'll play a game and they'll lose and they don't know like why they lost, or like what was the win con, like how could I have won this game. That's like the hardest thing to learn in League. It's not even like mechanical stuff, it's like it's hard to know like what would have made you win the game or like why you lost. Because low elo games all go like 30-40 minutes, maybe longer, because nobody knows how to end. Everyone's just running around doing random fights for no reason. And then at some point the game is just going so long that the death timer is just so long that like one team will just end off like a random fight. That's how I like every low elo game goes. Because nobody knows how to end. Nobody knows what the win con is, so everyone's just like doing whatever they want. Snowball? They put Snowball in the Rift? People have said that like for so long. It would change the game so much if you could run Snowball in Summoner's Rift. Yeah, only lose because of my jungler. Always my answer, there you go. Now you're doing it. Yeah, that's like most games. Like almost every game I VOD review is that. It's like a 40-minute game where clearly both teams don't know what's happening. They're just walking around. And eventually the death timer just gets so long. So like one team will just win off a random fight. It doesn't matter anymore like how the rest of the game went. The rest of the game is pretty much irrelevant. Alright, so you see, like, this is what I always do against Casson. I'm just ignoring him completely. He can't touch me. Like, I'm just ignoring him completely until I get level 4. I don't go in level 3 because your rank 1 Q is, like, kind of weak, but it gains a lot of damage on the second Q. Once you're level 4, usually, even top lane, that's usually when you have kill pressure. So I literally just ignored him. I'm hit level 4, and I just full combo. He dies. Like, at that point, you should just, you know, no longer ignore him. And I can just push the weight because I can't get ganked. They can't. Sejuani can't gank a Casson, and they don't do any damage to me. Yeah, he just gets 100. He didn't run any armor because I'm pretty sure he picked Casson. He definitely picked Casson because we picked Sylas. And Casson is like a hard counter to Sylas. He just wins. So he took MR as well. He didn't expect us to lane swap because I was top lane this game. How to learn that? Yeah, I mean it's the hardest thing to learn because like you have to just know like what to look for. Usually with Kled, you have to like play the map because you want to end the game before a late game. You don't want the game to take too long. So when you get a lead, you have to just like you have to figure out how to use your lead. And the thing a lot of people do is they'll win lane, right? Like they'll shit on their lane opponent and then their team will be feeding. So then they'll be like, okay, I need to help my team, and they'll just like run around the map and just like follow their team everywhere. And then it's like your whole lead just goes away because if you're grouped all the time, you're getting no farm. You can't, you're not gonna beat your team's wave clear ever as Kled. You're gonna get no farm, and even if you do get farm, you're sharing XP. you know, with all of your teammates. So it's like you just lose your entire lead if you're just grouping so much. You only want to actually group when it's for an important objective that matters. Like it's like for, you know, a dragon that actually is impactful, like 3rd, 4th dragon. Or, you know, it's like Baron or a tower. Like you want every fight to lead to something. Like people just fight for fun in lower ranks. I mean, not even just in lower ranks. Like people just farm for fun in general. I mean, fight for fun in general. Alright, well, he ran back to the tower. I thought he was going to keep running that way. But it's fine. This is not too long of a cooldown. Like, people will just fight for no reason, and then people will feel like they're peer pressured into, like, helping their team. Because they'll be like, oh no, my team's going to feed. Okay, I would have killed him if he didn't have Phase Rush, bro. What is that? Is this Phase Rush Sejuani? The Soul Marius left toe incident? Yo. No, that was so toxic. Forrest is my boy, but that was such a toxic clip. House is so broken, I can't believe this. Never mind. What happened? Play didn't go so well? I guess I'll get a Dark. This guy's a Kindle Gem. He's probably gonna go Crown or Everfrost, I guess. They both built from that. I'll vote no when the game is doomed it. To keep my teammates hostage, I have nowhere else to be. I know you're memeing, but so many people do that. I don't understand that. It's so troll, dude. People are like, I have to hold the game hostage because my team's into me. Who cares, bro? It's one game. Like, don't you want to leave? That's what I don't understand. Right, we got a dragon. No. On accident. Well, accident's different. I'm talking people who will like intentionally hostage their game because they don't like their teammates. I don't get that, bro. Who cares? Now, a lot of people do that. I just don't understand. I mean, I mute every game, so like I guess it's different. People sometimes will see people flaming and they'll be like, okay, I'm gonna keep them in the game. But I just mute every game. Going to sob sad tears. Okay, you got Sejuani though? That's huge. Only that hostage taking. Worse when you're literally 1v9 a game and you're a silent escape team, just FFs a free win. No, that shit is tilting. When the game is clearly winnable and your team just insta-surrenders all of a sudden. That shit is cringe. Like, what happened? Damn, I could have Art after him, but I didn't think he could rip walk that far. Damn, he like max ranged it. Oh, she executed? Oh, I didn't even notice. That is tragic then. Holding the lobby hostage. There's actually no counterplay to somebody holding a lobby hostage. You have to dodge. It's like an unbeatable thing. I hate it. And you know those lobby reports literally do nothing. They implemented them as a placeholder for when they actually like put in a real working report system in the lobby. But then they just never did. The lobby reports literally don't even do anything. Besides, like, send that little message that it does. No one tells me what to do. My ass that hit me, by the way. I knew she was gonna try that, but that shit never hit me. Whatever, they still do no damage. This is a CD boot Sejuani with a Kindle Gem Cassidon. Like, that's why I can play so far up. I know they don't do damage. Not enough to kill me. It's literally, like, it literally does die. I'm not even saying, like, they don't ban people. It doesn't do anything. It just shows that message. When they originally put it, it was a placehold for, like, when they eventually get around to putting it in. But they just never did. It doesn't do anything. That's why an infinite amount of people hold hostage and like, in higher ranks, because there's no counterplay. There's nothing you can do except dodge. Fuck. And if you try to make a ticket about it, they tell you what they want you to do is let someone troll you and then report them after, because the after game reporting works. But nobody's gonna do that. Who's gonna do that? Obviously, I'm not gonna play the game out. If I'm gonna get griefed, I'm just gonna dodge the lobby. Is Elise the worst enemy jungle when you're playing Kled? No, because Elise has a... There's something Elise could do wrong. Your Q can damage her and repel. She could miss her cocoon. She is squishy early game. Now, she does one-shot you with her HP damages. But nah, it's not the worst enemy jungler, because Elise is actually a champion where you can misplay. The worst enemy jungler is champs like... Warwick is probably the worst enemy jungler. Because if you're ever dismounted for the entirety of lane, if you're ever dismounted, he is already smelling you. So he's already fast towards you, and then he can sprint at you. He has an unmissable CC chain that he could do after 6-2, but even before 6, is unmissable CC, and he has max HP burst. And obviously he gets like, he's buffed against you because you're low whenever you're dismounted, so you can't even like stay in lane dismounted at all. Yeah, Rek'Sai is pretty bad. Well, he has an execute too that makes her go untargetable, makes her go invincible. Your Q doesn't damage her when she's ulting, even though it damages every other untargetable champ in the game except for Rek'Sai ult. Rek'Sai ult makes her like disappear from the game when she goes underground. But like if you know, like if Fizz E's or Vlad pulls, your Q still damage them. Same thing with the leash repel. Hey, roof block. The cannon minions, then he had to flash. Oh yeah, Viego. Viego is unbeatable for Kled, bro. Every time he shows up to you, he just baits you. He has an execute. He has an execute combined with he does HP damage without his ult anyway. Yeah, come on, can I vote Dragon? Oh, I can't vote. I forgot it's on the PvP. He's doing it, I think. I pinged it. Never mind. Wait, what? Oh, it looked like he was ulting, but it was just his scuttle crab animation. You're being dove. It said I'm being dove. Akali's mid, bro. Zed? What about Zed? Zed jungle? I mean, yeah, he shits. I mean, Zed just shits on Kled. Nah, Talon is good for you. You can just kill Talon. He's not really a threat. As long as he's not like hyper fed, but you could set him at any champ. If it's just Talon jungle, nah, it's not too big of a problem. Yeah, Yi jungle rolls you. Because you can't ever fight him. Champs like that. Champs that you can't even 1v1. No, this is not PB. This is on NA live. I fight better when I've had my... Yeah, PBE, apparently people were getting banned from PBE if you built the new tank item, one of the new tank items. If you built it, you would get permanently banned from PBE. Your account would get banned. So they reverted all the changes. So if there's no changes, then I didn't bother going on the PvE again. Yeah, Kayn. Now, Red Kayn is like, you should almost dodge. Like, no joke if you're playing Kled. It's like, not only does he roll you, but it's like, you're like a detriment to your team now for existing. Okay. That guy literally pressed everything to live. As soon as she saw me behind her, she proto-belted, and then she R'd me. I canceled her first dash, and then she flashed. Whatever. I only use my ghost and my ult, but I already have like 26% CDR. It's not too bad. Banning people for building tank. Yeah, actually it's a base change. It was like, for some reason, if you built that item, the game thought you were scripting. I have no idea why. It was banning people for like cheating. That's the message you would get. No, I'm not gonna kill this tower yet. It's too early in the game to do that. I was hoping he would like cue the cannon. It's all good now. I definitely don't want to kill that tower. It's so early in the game. I would just be letting them farm easier because we're not going to be able to punish anybody who's farming right here. And plus that tower is still, you know, killing minions and stuff. I can deny gold from them as well. My land begins where I want. Making items so broken they think you're cheating. Is Kled gonna be stronger or weaker next season? I mean, the only difference for bruisers is one new item, which is like a reworked Spear of Shojin, which I feel like is only, I don't know, after testing it, I feel like it's only okay on Kled. I don't think it's gonna be like a core item or anything. It's just something you could buy. And then Ravenous Hydra, which is good on Kled, the reworked Ravenous Hydra. I don't think it makes that much of a difference for Kled. I feel like it'll be the same champ pretty much. I didn't know if that guy had flash or what. Here's his double TPS. Yeah. 2 people TP for me, dude. Just to do what? To do that? About the last of it? Oh, I didn't get the camera. York may be a better first pick with the new Iceborne Gauntlet. The reason York's not a good first pick isn't because of his items, because he has like the worst early game known to man. And he's just an entirely matchup dependent champion. York has matchups that he rolls, and then he has matchups where he just gets rolled. Like, there's no in between. Like, if they pick Kennen, Vlad, like GP, Pantheon, most tanks, and then you pick York, you win. But, like, if you pick York first and they pick, like, Jax, Irelia, like Yasuo, Yone, Tryndamere, and then it's like you get rolled. It's just, there's no, like, in between. He's just too matchup dependent. Yeah, you have to, I mean, you kind of have to ban Irelia if you're going to play York. It's like that unplayable. It's like worse than Kled Fiora by far. And I think about how Kled Fiora goes. I ulted the Sejuani's E stun. But she ulted me after. Okay, well, good job. Yeah, I usually wait till I'm closer to dismounting to use my Q. So you have it on them while you're dismounted. Okay, Prowler's Claw. I go Prowler's Claw like 95% of my games, and then sometimes Eclipse is better. Okay, now it's... Oh, I can't portal art. Not on that one, I guess. No, I can, but I was in combat. Yeah, that's why I always go this build. This build actually can snowball, like, and like every game there's gonna be shit like Akali has a big execute. Sejuani does a lot of HP damage. If I go bruiser build, like I'm still gonna die just as fast, so I'm not gonna do any damage. Their team is pretty squishy. So if I'm ahead with this build, I can just kill anybody I interact with. I'll just get them all. They're like all AP. I would go Arc third, but since they're like 4 AP champs, 4.5. I'll go the Maw. The stats are really good. I just have to go Sorilda's next. Gonna go to sleep. Hey, peace, Loki. Have a good one, man. Thank you for watching, and no problem, brother. Peace. I mean, I don't go Gore ever anymore. I only go either Prowlers or Eclipse Mythic. I don't think Gore is actually worth building on him anymore. It's just like, it just does no damage. The active does no damage. And I just don't like building such a high amount of flat HP. Can you one-shot people at all stages? I mean, not at all stages of the game. If it gets to like 40 minutes, you're probably not going to one-shot people anymore. You know, it depends on their items, but usually later in the game, every role will pick up a defensive item. Even the carry rolls will pick up like a GA or a Zanya's, you know. Deathblade's fine. I just think Prowler's is better. The same stats. The difference is just the passives. Like Prowler's gives you the active dash, and then Deathblade gives you the invis and the slow. It's fine. You can go either one. I think there's more use from the dash. Also, that it debuffs them, makes you do more damage to them. But I think the dash gives you more options. There's more things you can do with the dash than you can with like invisibility, which is like kind of situational. Yeah, old Tiamat. Miss that item, dude. Old Hydra. I still have the memory burned into my mind, bro. Like the timing for the auto reset. I wish I could still do it. You become the invisible bad. Like right there, if I didn't have Prowlers, I would have had to flash on him. Otherwise, he could have lived. It's not like I need to kill him. But without that immediate dash available, he would have R'd again. And then, unless I flash the kill him, which I'm not going to do for an 0-4. And also, like, when you're... Like, you can get the Prowler dash off as you're dismounting. So you're, like, dashing on someone as you're untargetable. That happens a lot. And then sometimes you're not in range to E somebody, Like, you're in range to E to get into your Q range, but you're not in range to hit your E. So you can, like, E to get into your Q range, then Prowler, like, directly on top of him. Like, it just lets you do a lot of things. You can buffer CC with it. Like, displacements, if you time it right. There's, like, a lot of things you can do with it. I have a lot of money. It's like, Akali still has no armor. Like, nobody has any armor except for Sejuani, and I don't care about Sejuani because she doesn't do enough damage to me right now.
Shut your hole, you dumb lizard.
But, like, if I land anything on Akali, I don't even have to land a Q on her because I'm so ahead right now. She still has no armor. If I just E her, I can reveal her in Shroud, I can just auto her down. The zigzag combo. A hyperkinetic position reverser combo. Now, this Kassadin deserves this because he just saw us pick Sylas and he's like, alright, I'm counterpicking. He Google searched real quick. Alright, what's the Sylas counter? And that's what he picked. I don't really know where anybody is. I'm probably just gonna go by. Instead of trying to dive her and their whole team is like there or something. Alright, I'll go Arc now. Oh wait, no, actually I need percent pen first. Or whatever, I'll just sell it. Even though they don't have really any armor, like right now only Sejuani does with her items and her passive, I still think like you gotta build it once you get to mid game because like look at my base armor. I don't have a single armor item, but I have 110 base armor. So percent pen just makes your flat pen like a lot more efficient because percent pen applies first. So you lower their armor by the percentage and then you ignore their armor by a percentage, then you ignore the flat amount after. Hyperkinetic position reversal. That was old Urgot's ultimate before they reworked him. His ult was literally he just clicked on you and you guys switched places. It was so hype. I had the best name for a move. Hopefully we Baron, because I think this is all gonna come bot. Here I go winning again.
Noxus ends where I say it is.
I think they're actually gonna press Baron. Wonder if our team can live this. She's like, okay, maybe I'll walk up for like 1 second. Maybe 1 second I'll walk up. There. Nah, that was really awkward. If Ezreal wasn't there, dude, I would have been so fine. He shits on me though, because I have no armor. Whatever. I mean, they killed a couple of us at the Baron, but then they backed anyway. So I guess that's not that bad. I got inhib in a tower. And I killed 2 of them. And then, like, I'll be alive for this dragon. So it's actually fine. Yeah, wait, I got the 1-1-1-1 KDA. But I actually have overtimer CS. See, it's because when you're, like, you just need to remember to take camps, too, when you're ahead. Like, not just catching waves, but camps give you so much gold and XP, and, like, I'm taking enemy camps, so you're, like, denying that from the enemy, too. Silas build? Are you toxic? Who's your main ban? Still Fiora? I alternate my ban, but yeah, like, Fiora, Kayn... That's usually what I ban. I forgot what other champ I ban. This is like Diamond MMR. Maru Mana Lich Bane. We're just getting the dragon for free. This guy's awesome. Don't look. That guy was busy scoped in. Lucky her move knocks it back. I would have stole it. Those two are suck though? Yeah, but it doesn't matter because she wins with items eventually. That's the reason the match was bad. The early game is hard, but you can win if you're a better player. But it doesn't matter because when she gets levels and items, she just wins. Now my last item is going to be Guardian Angel. Because, you know, I can one-shot anybody I touch, but I also die really fast. Obviously, I'm really squishy. So I'm just like, I usually go GA, you know, late. Also gets my armor item. You know, I only have MR right now. I need some armor for like the tower, and Ezreal's pretty strong. And then, yeah, if I go for like a suicide one-shot and I go into GA, it's like the best case scenario. Renekton keeps getting nerfed. Renekton's good, though. Renekton's way better than Kled. And he's like the same thing, except with Renekton you can't like misplay. And Renekton's early game's a lot better. I mean, he literally does everything that Kled does except for roam. Kled roams a lot better, obviously, than Renekton. But Renekton's like the better option between the two of them, and he's also a lot easier. Didn't go stopwatch? Hell no, I'm going to BF, sorry, bro. I think I'm going stopwatch. This guy's 1 kill. Hold on. How does our E have 1 KP? We have 20 kills. Yeah, Jax is the same thing. You can ban Jax or Fiora. It's the same idea. Like when they get items, they just win. What's the best item to rush versus Ornn? I mean, usually when I'm playing as a champ like that, a tank that's like when Ornn gets a couple backs off, couple items off, you can't kill him anymore until you're like 3 items. And it's not really that good to like rush pen against him. You can go cleaver early, but it's, you know, he does a lot of percent HP damage, so I don't like to do that. I usually just ignore him. Like, don't even like build to kill him. Like, just try to kill him early when he's squishy without items, and then once he starts getting armor items, like, don't even try to kill him anymore. Just farm and play like the map, because he can't follow your roams. No, this is how I actually build. This is not like a smart build. This is like what I think is his best build right now. Pretty much this exact 6 items, but I mean, obviously your build depends on the game, but no, this is how I think this is Kled's best build right now. It's not like a meme build. No. A couple backstab, yeah. Well, if he's smart enough to rush Tavi or Wardens, then yeah, then it's 1 item. But a lot of tanks are like that for Kled. Once they get 1 buy, it's like, okay, you can't kill them. Like, it's not even worth investing your time. Like, try to kill them that early in the game. Like, just roam. Like, pretty much the only tank that can follow your roams is like Shen. Man, everybody has flash right now. Shit was kind of crazy. There's so many flashes going on. Right. Hold that. I went Yomu's first.